This is how we live. This is how we live. But you ain't sometimes we us. This is
I can't more like the N word, man, because underneath that word, look at the trauma that they put us through. And then for us to accept it, I'm talking about our ancestors, put our ancestors through it. Because by the grace of God, I'm still able to be with my wife, see my kids, know my brothers and my sisters. But the hurt that they inflicted on the people, not just for the 426 years we've been here, but I'm talking about all around the world. And and it's not just how they say, well, everybody was a slave. Yeah, ours was able to work their way out of it. Other people was able to work their way out of it. You know what I mean? And after a certain length of time, they voted it out of the system. You see what I mean? But we as a people kept on always being on the block. So when you talk about junk like that, you got to talk about junk like that ain't happening for us. You know what I mean? Because it's all, when you're making the comparison is always them and us. You feel me? And people sit up and say, well, why do you feel so upset? Well, how you always want to be them? You see what I mean? You don't like it when we sit up there and say, them white people, them people. You don't like it when you see it, so how we going to like it so much or not understand it so much when we say we don't like it? You see what I mean? But I just always think on that N-word, man. All my ancestors, they got raped and beat and strangled, everything else, and threw off ships and everything, and all the time being called that word. You see what I mean? And it wasn't no terms of endearment and trying to uplift my homie when they said it. Now, I'm not saying the ones that saying it now are doing it, but when I hear the word is what I'm saying. Whether it comes from a black man, I don't care about the rest of them. You feel me? And why would I, as a strong black man that care about my roots, even if I don't know them all, I know the root of that word. You feel me? And I ain't gotta be known to say because it was a word that we used in terms of endearment in Africa and eastern part and northern part of Africa, but that ain't the word they're using. You can tell me all about that till the day you die, but if that's not the word they're using for endearment, then you're gonna change that word around and say, this is what it's just a compound of it. Compound of it can turn into an evil thing. And to me and the people that have been hurt with it, that's what it is. And for you to sit here knowing that someone, for a fact, in your family has been hurt in the root of that word or in the use of that word, how can you still be there? If somebody called you that and they aren't the one you want them to say that's okay for them to say it, you're going to knock them upside their head. So why not have the word at all? So that way you don't have to worry about if you turn one time and knock your mom upside the head. So if you don't hear it, you don't have to worry about it. I don't want to be a kinship to nobody that knows the misery and pain my people. And when we look back on our history, a lot of us don't even know the beginning. Grandma, grandpapa, and I'm talking about even these youngsters now, because they didn't know. Their moms and pops didn't know. Some of them can't even know who the hell their grandmoms and grandpops are.
A lot of young kids, you know what I'm saying, they born in this world out of wedlock, and with people that just had sex, and mama got pregnant, and mama didn't want the kid. You know, daddy didn't want the kids, so they all went their different ways and adopted the baby out. So a lot of these kids that went around here lost, don't know who they belong to.
And by the grace of God, if they had a grandparent, that they were strong enough to sit up there and give them pride in who they are and give them some background on that N-word. Mm-hmm. And obviously it hasn't. Because now it's okay for everybody to be it. and I'm sorry. I ain't sorry, fuck that. You know what I mean? It ain't working for me. And it ain't never gonna work for me. I know the family members, I know me that got hurt under the disguise of that word. And ain't nobody gonna make me feel good about it. I'll never be, never was that N-word. And anybody I know ain't gonna be one. I might get mad just like anybody and work it out, but that's so far and in between. That's much respect I got for all my brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I might use it out of context, but I don't call each other that. Like my brother, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm expressing myself, I say that word because that's how cats be acting sometimes.
You know, like they used to say back in the day, you know, I understand that, you know, ain't nobody a nigga. But man, you know, that's my nigga, homie. And ain't nobody else no closer to me. And my nigga, now you heard me say it twice just then. All the time I was saying the N-word. That's showing love, concern. You know, we know
that's different.
What. You hear him on TV, man. You know, and the Oscars and all this junk. You know what I mean? It's one thing to do it all in front of you, but I don't think they deserve it. Because they don't know the history and that everything. How can somebody understand the pain of a person when they hear Nazi, Hitler, and whatever other words that set them and don't understand?
You're talking about the Jews and stuff, what they went through.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm not just talking about Jews, because look how many has that, I feel, oh my God, let me help them. You feel me? And understand that. Man, don't say nothing Nazi word around them.
Same way.
If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Yeah,
and I ain't flying no place. I haven't been high in a long time. You feel me? Yeah. So I can't be lying about it because I hear it on TV all the time.
This is how we live. This is how we live. But you ain't sometimes we assume. This is how we live.